saying on the back. Can switch and get the Mac. If he double, hit him back. I don't got no time for these fake really rats. They ain't gon' line on your back and get you 100 and flat. Wait, give me a sec while I serve my lick. I'm really out here trapping my and I just bought a brick. All the hood love me, all the real, cause they know I get to it, really get to it. I show how to pull it, wait, meet me on Edgewood, I beat it in 3. Wait, you gonna love it, my it's fresh at the gate. And we don't sleep, we just close our eyes, cause mama said that outside ain't your boy. Wait, I got that kind of the cake. I was out all night trapping, I had to get in the shit. She want me to but wait, I got that kind of the cake. I was getting to it, really getting to it. I got a lot on my plate. She want me to but wait, I got that kind of the cake. She want me to but wait, I got that kind of the cake. I played it back with the killers. Baby choppers and gorillas. We don't put up with my it's finished. Yeah, I go praise the Lord. That's what the kids is for. And a couple bad with some bad crazy. Wait, love a big dog. When I'm running, creeping through the fog. 40 on me like a Mike Haynes for the Raiders and 70 dogs. Please don't trip. Please don't slip. I'm the wrong one to get it up on some I don't give a wait. Let me go talk to the squad. We don't start trouble when it's on. My letting it up. Wait, you keep it 100, my to keep it a stack. I'm where the killers is at. Wait, I'm where the dealers is at. But wait, I got that kind of the cake. I was out all night trapping. I had to get in the shit. She want me to but wait, I got that kind of the cake. I was getting to it, really getting to it. I got a lot on my plate. She want me to but wait, I got that kind of the cake. She want me to but wait, I got that kind of the cake. Wait. I got that kind of the cake.
Step on my J's, please and step on my J's, please and step on my J's, please and step on my J's. In the line all day, I've been trapping all night, getting fresh all year, stepping on them ain't right. Please and step on my J's, please and step on my J's, please and step on my J's, please and step on my J's. In the line all day, I've been trapping all night, getting fresh all year, stepping on them ain't right. Please and step on my J's, rocking my ones with my fade, rocking my twos with my waves, rocking my threes with my shades, Ferrari 4s, those my fades, new 5s out today, new 6s all gray, close to 50 they fake, might as well just wait, might as well just wait, and my 7's going 8, all my all black 8s, I'm just stating my case, I'm just stating my case, I've been trapping all day, I've been trapping all night, new 9s all white, green 10s too, yeah, we been hamming all night, we been hamming all night, 2 scuffs in one night, getting buck we live, little mama you fine.
Wake it up! I said wake your ass up! It's not all about this ain't what they do. Morning!
Top of the morning, mother, get you out of bed by calling up a ruckus. I know you hate to love us, get your ass up out the covers. It's time to rise and grind, get your money on time so you can rise and shine.
Wake your ass up! Wake it up! It's showtime, baby. It's showtime. Showtime.
Mashing it smooth but it's stretch. Good morning, yes. How about the shower in the mirror check? Chicken my fresh and I keep it 103.5. Get it correct on your dial, that's the FM. So tune into us, let's trend. Beat the topic, only morning show that's on and through. Clean out your eyes and sip your coffee, let your morning flow. How about you ride like you arrived, but it's time to go. Top of the hour like the ad-lib, my state is song.
Yeah!
Put the coffee in the cup and wake your ass up. This beat hit so hard, thought it was a Mack truck. Grab a bag up, that diesel and gas up. For this ride, we bout to drive till 9 can't pass us. Cause we're leading the caravan, serenading your travel plan, herding the cattle, man, as we give you a battle plan. For all the wealth to grab up. But first, you need to wake your ass up.
My city, I wear it. Daily, the black is gearing. I'm coming to lift the spirits like toast in the drink. I'm a breath of that fresh air while you yawning, chasing that paper when you on it. Speaking of mine, and that's designing me. Think, hold up, just sit it down for a second. Tune in and think. Who put it down with the bars and don't need a drink to drink? That'd be me, whether gargle the breath stink from running late, so I'm rushing like doing things. Could you get it?
Like a fresh cup of coffee in the morning. We gonna get you on your day. I want to work to play. It's your money.
Cause see it's growing, I got it, call it the buzz. These dudes vagina, they weak and needing a plug. These chicks is lonely, they weak and seeking a hug, and we got them fresh out early mornings on it, waking them up, let's get it.
Put your sorry behind them. From your time.
True. I'm here for the early birds. Give them the worm. Can't say a dirty word. My town to yours. Rooftop to the curb. The topic's superb. Politics. Give us that acknowledgement. Elephant in the room. You couldn't move it. We the monolith. Wipe that cold up out of your eye and hit up that Wi-Fi and peep the other sun. Every day come catch another one. Compliment your coffee and your honey bun. Tune in with the tune in or the FM on your morning run. 6 in the morning. Fighting for bathroom time with daughters. I got my laptop popping. They keep it ugly for all us. Every demographic on perimeters. We who you listen to is independent radio for independent listeners.
And live on the track. Hold it, here I go. My vocals. You were waiting for lyrics. This is how we do it, baby. But I can give you some answers. Quantum on the beat, baby. Young Race.
Independent radio for independent listeners. We are, of course, Ugly Radio. I am the unstoppable Joe Ugly. Thanks a lot, Harry, for remembering me. What was that? I hear you knocking, but you can't come in moment. What was that all about?
I wanted to see if you could race to get in.
No, I wasn't worrying about that. It was just like, you know, here he is acting up again.
You just made it.
Oh, no, I'm perfect. I am perfect when it comes down to this.
We had a plan. T. Higgs was going to take over the monologue and everything.
Is that what it is? Let me back off then. Let me let you go. T. Higgs, you're on. So where's is T-Rex on? I don't see him anyway.
Yeah, he's on.
Morning, T-Rex. Wait, you can't hear me? Or he just refused to answer?
He's having
anyway, in the meantime,
a Tourette episode.
It could be. Wow, Caleb, you on point, man. Thanks a lot. Did you just drop this back here?
Yeah.
You're on point, son. Damn. All right, people, check it out. Looking at these numbers right now, looking at coronavirus cases in America, it's over 1.5 million. How many deaths? I'm going to give you the exact number because that's more important to me. It's 91,985. 91,985. That's a death count.
Probable.
Thus far.
Probable.
Excuse me?
Probable.
All right, if that's going to help you sleep at night, Harry, go right ahead.
Do you see the Colorado governor revised his numbers down? Because, deaths are being counted when they shouldn't.
Let me look it up.
Well, like I said, if that's going to help you sleep at night, who am I to even say anything,
It was one of the stories from yesterday, Caleb.
The probables, this is where Harry gets off on it.
No, it's just factual.
The fake reality television producer right there. No wonder why he likes Trump. Always going for the next drama.
No wonder you.
Never mind the fact.
Why you like Obama? You like to actually have lies being sold to the people.
Harry, I'm going to tell you something. I was clearly told, when you stress on words like lies and that's up, it is a clear indication of deception.
It is.
Okay, so people
when you open your mouth is a clear indication of deception.
probably, but whenever it is a pattern of clear, I'm not guessworking here. This is a study. When one starts stressing on certain words to get a point across, it's a clear indication.
Because the word I'm stressing, lies, is a fact with you.
Because it's always with you. I'm saying when you want to you're trying to sell your story, you start stressing your words. Like for example, how yesterday, how you flipped up the quote of Mario Cuomo saying like how you were saying that Mario Cuomo was, and that's what was brought to my attention yesterday, by the way. I mean, Andrew, thank you very much. That you see how you didn't stress that because you weren't lying then.
I said Andrew.
No, you said Andrew. Andrew, it wasn't Andrew. That's your commitment to the lie. And no, it was brought to my attention yesterday, and I was
so you're saying all rappers lie?
Well, some do. Oh, a lot of them do. Oh, a lot of them. Oh my God, are you kidding me?
Emphasized all the time.
You know, no.
Right, Caleb?
No, don't even try it. Don't even try it.
Right, Caleb, you little lying bastard.
Yo, Harry is so desperate to get somebody on the rise right now.
Yeah, he is.
Oh my God. Lying bastard. And Goat Chin is up on the rise now.
My goodness. T-Rex was good, man. Is he ever going to turn his mic on? I didn't say T. Higgs. I said T-Rex.
I think he's not answering to that.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
What's that?
See, there you go. You heard it.
I didn't hear you.
I just asked you what's up, T-Rex.
He didn't hear you.
I didn't hear that. Yeah. I didn't hear the first part.
Man.
So it seems like Fox News is the only one reporting Colorado's governor's announced reduced test. Only network.
What does that mean?
Oh my God.
They're also the only ones that are reporting the declassified information on the Flynn case.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Bro, you know dang well they were in the producer room writing stuff up.
you know,
if you could prove it's a lie, prove it.
You know,
you got geniuses.
It's like let's go right ahead and stress on your words, man. Go ahead and stress on your words a little more.
Yeah, I'm
gonna it's exactly what Trump does, by the way. You know,
did they teach you how to stress on words in Brooklyn growing up? Public school system.
It's a New York Live thing.
Oh yeah, you had to emphasize one time that you were about to catch a beat down. If you didn't get that message off the jump,
yeah,
it was a beat down.
Oh man, that's how they jump you in over there. You better stress your words.
That's right.
PS 401 in Brooklyn, New York, the Red Hook section. You got to emphasize the words.
Nah, that's a New York thing. It travels all the way to Queens, Jamaica, Queens. That's why Trump does it.
No, you know it's true, though. You've been in New York, you know.
Hell yeah. Oh my goodness. Anyway, man. So yesterday, speaking of stressing the words, my goodness. So yesterday, Trump just blurted out that he's been taking hydrochloroquine. If I can speak here, chloroquine.
Chloroquine.
It's not like it's hard at all. Hydroxychloroquine. That's the name of the damn drug, isn't it?
Say that 5 times faster.
I know. Hydroxychloroquine. I sound like I might have been taking it. Anyway, Trump, he just blurted out of nowhere that, he's taking this drug. And Why do you think he did that of all days yesterday?
I'll take a guess.
Go for it.
Because states are opening up quickly, except for
yeah.
New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut right now.
Okay.
Something
60 minutes and counting, people. 60 minutes and counting. That's why.
Oh.
Yep. On Sunday, 60 Minutes had the latest Trump whistleblower out.
Oh.
Who was saying, and he said the specific reason why he was removed was because Trump, he was saying that Trump was touting a dangerous drug. Trump was like, yeah, right. Okay, you're not going to mess me up here.
Don't look like a fool with this guy.
Who? Oh, no, I would never do that.
Was the guy who actually ordered the hydroxychloroquine. He only turned against it once they removed him.
Is that right?
Yes, sir. Check it.
Well, no, he didn't order the hydroxychloroquine. He said that on the interview, and I watched the interview.
He lied.
I'm just going by. He lied. He lied on the interview.
Just like every other.
No, just like anything. Just get to the point. Did he or did he not lie?
Tell me if Brennan lied. Tell me if Comey lied.
Oh God! You see, again.
Every one of these so-called whistleblowers are liars. Just because.
Yeah, that liars. You hear him trying to bring it home, people.
Yeah.
Liars.
Reality television, producer over there.
Has MTV hired you yet? Because there's no new programming going on right now. Because they're showing ridiculousness until 8 p.m. every day. I am not kidding.
So Trump said this was exactly Trump's words. A lot of good things have came out of the hydroxy. A lot of good things have came out. Oh, sorry. Jesus. Now you passed it on. You surprised at how many people are taking it, especially in frontline workers, before you catch it. Trump said at the White House, I happen to be taking it. I happen to be taking it. I'm taking it. Hydroxychloroquine right now. Like, it was not incredible in a good way, but like shocking to see him just lie about it. Yeah, I want to see the video because this dude is just.
But you got the video of it?
No, I don't have it. You have to see the video.
Exactly. It is next level. Just to watch the guy just sit up there and like, listen, man, wow. Trump. Remember, people. What was I saying way back in 2015 when the slogan, "Drain the swamp"? Remember that? Drain the swamp.
He draining the swamp, all right.
I said, what did I always say about that, Rob Nice? What did I always
all
say?
The animals gonna come out the swamp.
Thank you, sir. Ever since way back then, I always said,
even
listen,
the leeches.
You keep draining. You talk about draining the swamp. Just remember, wildlife will end up in your backyard.
And draining the swamp, they'll come out and try to bite you.
The gators, the snakes.
Oh my God.
No, let me do that again. For doing the right thing.
For the right thing, and get fired.
So Trump and his also there's what was this, the fifth inspector general in 6 weeks was removed on Friday night dump. They did a Friday night dump on us. They removed the fifth inspector general, and they're like, whoa, what's going on here? Turns out like this guy was inspecting Pompeo, Mike Pompeo and his wife for misuse of government funds. So next thing you know, he's out. But I think the funniest part was they asked Trump, and I can't even say it's funny. It was just amazing. Amazing, this guy's, the kahunas on this guy. This guy said,
did Obama remove any inspector generals?
So this guy, he said he was asked about this inspector general, and Trump says his reply was, quote unquote, I really don't know the man. But you know, they told me they wanted to remove him. I said, who appointed him? He said, Obama. He said, that's good for me. Like, what? That was good enough. The fact that Obama appointed the guy, that was a good enough reason.
Oh, well, it's always a good enough reason.
It's always a good enough reason, right?
Because the only ones Obama kept were the ones who went along with him. So did Obama, I don't know. I remember him firing the State Department Inspector General, and they stood without an Inspector General for a while because he didn't want them to look into the State Department. He did the same thing with
and you think it's a healthy situation to fire six in? Just answer the goddamn question. What is with you? Why is it
by the prior president?
Why do you dance around? Why do you skirt around the issue? Do you think it is a healthy environment to fire 6 Inspector General in 4 weeks?
You're a joke.
Just answer that.
I'm asking you if Obama did.
And that is a healthy environment.
If Obama did
people,
is it okay for Trump to do it?
Look, if Trump had fired somebody,
is it okay for Trump to do it?
If Trump, and you're not gonna conflate here. If Trump had fired someone, yes, you are. If Trump had fired someone in June of last year, and there's a time frame that went by, you're talking in 6 weeks. What kind of an operation is that going on over there?
You don't care.
What kind of an operation is that? What kind of an operation is that?
Operation to cover up.
Thank you. Operation cover up. Thank you, sir. Operation cover up. That's all it is.
Obama covered up.
I mean, you're over here trying to sing that. You're trying to say that, you know, he fired 6 people in like 5 weeks or something like that. Some ridiculous enough. And this guy's trying to say, oh, you know what? Obama fired someone. Do you see how they come? Do you see do you see the levels? Do you see the levels? But he fired 6 people all in. You just set up. You just hit someone. You come out with 6. You're trying to compare 6 people being fired for the exact same reason. All of them. For the same reason, they're going after someone for covering up, you know. And next thing you know, you're trying to conflate that with one person Obama hired.
Yeah, one. Yeah, one.
Okay, in 6 weeks, tell me one. Tell me the 6 people, or how many weeks, Caleb? Look it up. Or T. Higgs.
You're always moving.
Give me how many people there was fired. How many?
How many? Did Obama do it?
How many did he fire? That's not moving the goalposts. We're talking about our government. This is our government here. We're talking about. We're supposed to, and this is what create. And this is what create. You're not talking about setting a standard. You're trying to set your point. You're not trying to set up. You're not trying to set a standard. You're trying to set a point. Look at you. Grow up. You're trying to set a point over there. That's all it is. How many
presidential standard? If Obama did it, can Trump do it?
How many?
And why don't you say yes? Why don't you say yes to that? Because you're scared of Trump.
How many? Would you let him speak?
Like Obama did.
See how he's stressing this words? Go ahead, people. He's lying again.
Oh, I'm yelling. I'm not stressing.
No.
Unless it says Trump fires 4 inspectors generals in 2 months.
Okay, so you're looking at 8 weeks. In 8 weeks, he fired 4, and that's supposed to be. He has a problem with that, and all for the same damn thing, by the way.
They all work at
so here's the problem with that, people. We're supposed to trust government. So here we are. I gotta ask more questions. I still don't distrust government. I still want to know, why do you have to fire 4 people in 8 weeks? 4 people in 8 weeks in the middle of a pandemic. How can I sit there and be comfortable with that? That's garbage. That would never happen. I would never sit there being comfortable about it.
That would never happen.
I would never sit there and try to be comfortable with that. Will you find the word you want to swing around then? I just used the word never, so you want to ride that? No, is that what it is?
That would
want to ride it like want to ride it like a horse in the derby? Go ahead.
In 2014,
tell me how you could do
47, that. Let me talk. In 2014, 47 of the nation's 73 inspector generals signed a letter alleging that Obama has stonewalled their ability to conduct our work thoroughly and independently and in a timely manner.
Continue. No, you didn't. No.
I'm not gonna read
Continue.
the whole thing. That's enough.
Exactly enough. Exactly enough. No, that's enough for
47
you.
of the 73 inspector generals signed a letter saying that Obama was
Yeah.
corrupt.
Okay, no. Oh, okay. They saying Obama was stopping their work. How many of them got fired?
You want me to now look that up for you? 'Cause
Yes. How many of those 43 got fired?
you're a simpleton.
No, I'm not a simpleton. You're a simpleton, and you're playing these silly games.
You're a
That's
simpleton.
what you're doing.
I'm gonna look it
You're
up. But
trying to-
carry on
you're
with your
trying to
life.
play these
Carry on with
silly
your life.
games.
I'll look it up for you. I'll bring
You're
it back.
trying to play these silly games because you're playing on how
bring it
much
back.
people are going to dissect
down.
your information.
Slow down. I'm
That's
gonna
what
check
it
my own
is.
information.
You're gonna
you
try
carry
to.
on with your life.
You're gonna try to. You're preying on people. You're a predator. You're an information predator. You are an information predator. That's what you are. You sit there.
You heard that?
little
Anybody
things,
who
and you
looks up
go
facts
after.
is an
You-
information predator.
No,
Thank you.
you're an
I'll take that.
information. No, you're
I'll
an
take that.
information predator. You grab this information, and then you go after people with it because you just give them just enough to make them feel like, yeah, they should be comfortable. You're an information predator. That's what you
Okay.
are.
Yeah.
Should be ashamed of yourself. But of course, you're a Trump supporter, so you can't have shame. You're part of the swamp.
What are you talking about? You're the snake.
Wildlife.
Bite as you get bite.
Yeah, you're part of that. You're
You're
part of
the
that
snake
wildlife.
that's trying to bite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Out the swamp.
Yeah,
Okay, so don't even try it.
The
You
little
are the
froggies in the swamp.
yeah, swamp man.
Well, DC is the swamp, anyways.
Yeah,
I'll take Swamp Man. I'll take Swamp Man.
Swamp
I'm
Man.
catching you. I'm catching
Is that
you.
gonna be a new series on MTV this coming fall?
Yeah, Swamp Man. The verbal,
anything on
the
Obama.
verbal predator coming to your local listings this fall. This coronavirus got you locked in. You don't believe that anything that Trump says. Well, let me introduce you to Swamp Man.
What do you got to lose?
The verbal predator.
Shout out to Bob McCormick. He says, "What up, Joe?"
Shout out to you, Bob. Bob McCormick. All right, man. Let the ugliness continue here. What else we got out here? Hey, Harry, hydroxychloroquine.
I
You
got
took
you with some
yours?
local news.
Did he take yours, Harry?
You should be happy.
Hydroxychloroquine.
If you guys think hydroxychloroquine is so dangerous, you should be happy he's taking
I
it.
just want to know. No, see, that's the thing.
Harry, I'm just here so the country could open.
See,
If he
see,
dies
that's-
tomorrow, you guys
see,
do
that's
the
a-
jig.
You see, that's the whole thing. That's the difference between you and me.
No, come on.
Harry.
Everybody knows.
You
Hey,
see,
Joe.
No,
Everybody
I don't
knows
like
that.
Trump.
Don't
I
start
don't
lying.
like Trump. I don't like Trump. I have no connection, no positive feeling to him. But I would not wish death on the man in the slightest.
The
I would
only
like him.
reason you
I
say
like him
that-
to go
The
away.
only reason you say that is because
I've
Mike Pence is
always said
behind
it. I've always said it. But that's a good reason, isn't it? But but no.
Don't even try it.
I kind of feel like you do want to wish upon death for Trump, though. I kind of do.
I wish if Trump could go away.
Exactly.
I wish he could go away, but not. No, I would never wish death on him. No, there's no need for me to do that. Never. I don't wish ill like that. That's the next level ilk. I'm not on that. I'm not gonna wish death on him. I mean, there's too many other people that could catch that work before I put it on Trump. Christ, I know other people who could just go away the hard way. I mean, geez. But anyway, the ugliness continues. Go ahead. Hell, I take Trump over my ex-wife. Let's go. Keep it going.
All right, so Governor Lamont delays reopening hair salons and barbershop to June 1st. Governor I'm sorry, Rob.
You can't, man. What is going on?
You need my haircuts.
Yo, Rob went, oh.
I like
Rob,
to
you
give a
got-
nice boo to that by Ned Lamont, and maybe throw batteries at the state house.
Wow, throwing batteries now? Is that what we're up to now?
This is crazy.
Open up the state. Open up the state.
Weird.
This guy want to throw batteries at the state house now?
Open up the state.
Holy. Oof,
So
holy goodness.
salons and barbershops were originally due to reopen on Wednesday, May 20th, during phase 1 of state's reopen plan aimed to the corona pandemic. This announcement came after several hairstylists and barbershops expressed concerns about reopening. Many came forward to express that salons should not be part of the first stage because of health risks.
Okay.
When's phase 2 gonna be then? Is that supposed to be June 20th?
No, close sooner than that. I thought he said it was going to hold until June something. What was the date you had there, Caleb? June
For the hair salons
Yeah.
He pushed it to June 1st.
Okay, so that's like in phase 2 because the state is opening up today. Oh,
Right.
tomorrow. I'm sorry,
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So yeah, phase 2. Then you could call it June 1st.
I saw phase 2 was supposed to be on June 20th. That's why.
And what's opening on phase 2?
I was told gyms possibly.
But you had that guy down there in Jersey who really got a lot of press because
Well,
to him. Shout outs to the guy who owns a gym down there in Jersey who had all
Belmar.
the media down there.
Shout out to Belmar, New Jersey. Proud of you guys down there. Hold it down for me.
Wow. But well, if ever you guys wanna do the state draft, you guys want to draft T-Rex over here. We're ready to do a trade. Since you need to send 6 Jersey Shore chicks up here for T-Rex. The draft is on, baby.
And those 6 New Jersey chicks will slap you after hearing that.
No, yeah, that's probably true. Like, what? Hell no.
Because I saw Arizona's open up their gyms yesterday.
Right. It's like, no, the thing is, as much as I would love to get back in the gym, because, I'm at a certain age here that if I'm not doing inclines on a constant, you start seeing, start getting those man boobs, you know what I'm saying? I'm concerned. I'm concerned about those, So it's like, no, I got to thank God, I'm not running around with man boobies, So I want to make sure that get back in the gym as soon as possible and start doing those inclines, making sure that I need a little training bra going on over there.
Yeah, my buddy sent me a video last night. He was like he was going to one of the gyms I work at in Arizona. Like, they're finally open, playing like loud music and stuff.
Where in Arizona is it?
I'm not giving up his location.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
So I'm reading this article and it says for some big ticket items such as gyms, sports events, movie theaters, and weddings could be destined for phases 3 and 4 for Connecticut.
Oh, so you guys be opening up in September.
Yeah. And then it says
I'm gonna say July, most likely.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. Go ahead.
And for phase 2, it'd be just more like an expansion of phase 1, so like more capacity in restaurants and just like a few more businesses openings.
Man, this
go
ahead.
Because I saw June 1st, California is gonna let sports teams without fans go. I've been seeing that on the bottom line on my Sports Center. Since Texas is open and Florida's open and Arizona's open as well.
I mean, we're gonna have this big story in the next 3 to 5 years where we're really gonna know who's. It's not even gonna be 3 to 5 years. It's gonna be a lot less than that, where the truth is gonna come out of exactly, what was the right. Well, we'll find out who was right, who was wrong. That's it. I mean, right this second, we're all guessing at some point or another. It's all guesswork.
Right.
At some point or another, we're just sitting around it. Saying, hey, this is what this is. And it could be a problem. I mean, we haven't had anything. This is a new disease, new infection that's out here. So we need to, I'm leaning more on the side of caution. I would like to see that we're safe than sorry. So, I'm leaning more on the side of caution. So I'm going to exercise as much of it as possible because, hell, I got a 100-year contract with an option to renew. I don't want to be up here all messed up, I catch corona now. I got to run out. Do you know how much clock I got to run out with that? Oh, no, I'll pass. Man. So, and oh my God, the people with the they're still on. Are you still getting those, Harry? Anybody? Are you guys still getting those messages of the people still telling you about?
No.
Here's why the coronavirus is here. It's here because of Bill Gates. It's here because of religion. It's here. Oh man,
I don't get those messages, but at work, some guy tried to tell me that this is New World Order, and all I said to him, what do you mean by New World Order? And he goes, they're not letting us see our families and stuff. New World Order. I'm like, let's talk about that. What is your definition of New World Order? Then he switches the conversation and he just goes on into these rambles. I'm like, all right. Then he talked about
you and Harry were having a conversation then.
Pretty much. Harry sent one of his spies to my job.
That's because you.
I be hearing things like martial law.
Yeah.
The only New World Order I know is the Hogan, Nash, and Scott Hall. That's the only one I know.
What he should have done was ask you your definition of New World Order.
What is the New
World
Order?
What you and Joe do is you try to obscure the conversation by asking a question that there's not a definite answer to and that you don't have one for yourself. When you ask a question, you should have the answer. So
if you're going to make a statement,
you don't have an answer.
Well, why should hold on, Caleb? Why should Caleb have to answer? No, he included me in here, so here we go. Why should Caleb have to answer? Come up with what's New World Order? This guy is saying it's New World Order. Well, what does that mean? And that's a legitimate question.
Well, in a New World Order, and I'm going to argue for the guy. I don't even know who he is. Just to take the other side.
No, just to be a damn MTV producer. That's there you go.
Because in a New World Order, in a New World Order, you figure they would take away they would start taking away your freedom slowly.
You figure in a New World Order, you want to know? You want to know what's a New World Order?
That your freedom is taken away. A lot of people are just going, well, if I have to be locked down, that's the way I'll live. That's insane.
Okay.
And that's a New World Order. That's them trying to reprogram you.
You want to know what's going to be? You want to know something else that was called a New World Order? There was an invention here in the United States that, there was an invention, not here in the U.S., but there were big protests about it, and it's going to change the way of life. And this thing is really going to control people. It's going to have people moving around from point A to point B, and it's going to be moving at a high rate.
Here he goes.
17 miles per hour.
He's going to take
and people were totally upset about it because this thing,
Joe,
was the steam railroad.
Did it bring?
What I looked up,
and people were screaming.
The combustion engine.
It's going to be a World Order. It's going to be a New World Order.
Joe, this is the thing about you. You're so.
What's that? No, but that was people's perception of it. That's what I'm saying.
It was a New World Order.
Yeah. Okay. It created an
the wheel.
Okay, it created it. Okay, but if you want to say it's gonna, so therefore, New World Order is positive then.
I'm trying not to insult you.
So therefore, New World Order is positive based on what you're saying. That's exactly what I'm going. That's my point. I just wanted to hear you admit it. Since you want to argue for a guy, then explain the positive part of that point. Oh, nothing. Okay. You know, the guy
sags immediately.
You know, this guy's not coming.
Quit with you.
This guy didn't come running up to Caleb like, oh, we're gonna be saved. We gotta get this New World Order. No, this guy's pointing out New World Order as something bad.
Sometimes it's just sometimes I gotta broke back out with you, right? I wish
You
I
got a
could
what?
quit you.
What did you just say? You want to
What?
Brokeback Mountain me?
Oh, God.
Don't say I got to Brokeback Mountain you. I gotta say, I wish I could quit you.
Harry.
What?
I never knew
Harry.
Not
Harry was
Brokeback
down
Mountain
with
is
the
that way, Joe.
those
Relax.
chaps,
Okay,
those
hold
type
on,
of
hold on.
chaps.
Hold on, people. Hold on.
Wait, hold on. Not
Harry,
prison.
just because-
Not prison Brokeback Mountain.
Hey, Harry, just because you're doing the show from a closet, don't mean that it's okay. You can come on out, man. It's all right.
I thought you meant Foot Locker.
Isn't it?
I'm out.
There's nothing wrong with this.
I'll come out. There's nothing wrong with it.
Okay, there you go. There's absolutely nothing
I
wrong.
thought there's anything wrong with that.
Just do what you had to do, man.
Not that there's anything
No,
wrong with
I
that.
just want you to know, I don't.
Joe is homophobic. I'm not, clearly.
How is he
Okay.
homophobic?
I'm trying to help you come on out and you stop with
We're
this.
welcome you in
stop
with
the
open
hinting.
arms.
Let me tell you why he's
I know, man.
He's homophobic because he's making a joke out of these people's lives.
Why is it okay, that's where you want to go. Look at it. Look at it.
MTV
No, no,
producer.
no. Hey,
Wow.
Look, I take
No,
that
no,
life
here
serious.
come.
They were
Look at
born that way, and you're making fun of them. You should
Okay.
feel ashamed of yourself.
Go ahead.
Come on, keep going, Harry.
Go ahead, Harry. Don't stop there. Continue.
That's it. I just stuck up for the LGBTQ community
Okay.
because you're obviously a problem.
How can I even take this guy serious about anything?
Can't.
It's like,
can't.
Jesus God.
I'm gonna go
My
try and find
God.
Benham Murray's Productions phone number so they can make sure they can get you a job at MTV.
Oh my God. This guy would do anything just to get a rouse going. He's like, how do you take this guy serious about anything?
Nothing.
He would dilute anything just to try to ride someone.
He will
You
dilute
just,
the
you
weapon.
said I was in a closet. Why don't I come out? You know the struggle young people have coming out the
God.
closet?
Listen to it.
And
Oh
and,
my
and
God.
my pain right now is for them.
I'm not gonna let you sit here and try to make a mockery out of the LGBTQ community. So stop
I'm
it.
not.
Stop
You're the
it.
one.
Stop it.
You know
Stop
I'm
it.
not. You know I'm
Stop
not
it.
gay or anything like that, but you're mocking.
No, I
You're
am not
you're
gonna let you
mocking
do that.
them.
I'm not gonna let you do this, Harry.
That's
Stop
horrible, Joe.
it. Stop.
I feel horrible because you're
Yeah.
making these young people's pain.
Shut up, man.
Being
Come
out
on.
there.
Give me another story. I'm not gonna play with this guy.
Yo, so first
he's just
CT
his
transit
verse.
You should
worker.
apologize first before we move on.
Yo,
People
can-
out there. No, hold on. He's right. He's absolutely right.
All right.
People, I want you to know, everyone from the LGBTQ community, I apologize for Harry's behavior.
What?
Okay, I honestly do. I apologize for his
defending
behavior.
them.
I apologize
Oh, man,
for
I
how he
lost
would
my
try.
water.
I apologize for what he would try to make a mockery out of it. I just gonna pass on. So
Yo,
please continue now.
who
Come
brought
on, the
up-
apology is gone. Come on, stop. Continue.
All right. First CT transit worker dies of COVID-19. 40 days,
Wow.
48 days in the hospital. Thursday evening at Yale Hospital, he passed away. A Hamden resident was a maintenance worker for COVID for the CT transit garage. He contracted the coronavirus on March 26th.
How many days he was gone? 40 how many
48 days. 40 days
48
after he was in the hospital.
My
48
goodness.
days. Yeah, sorry about that.
48 days later.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
He was a maintenance worker at the CT Transit garage.
wow. He was in there for a
Yep.
while. Did they say were there any underlying issues as well, like asthma or anything like that? You know?
Not in the New Haven Independent, but I can look
Right.
see anywhere else.
His wife also got hospitalized and she recovered.
Mm. Wow. How old was this person?
He was 55.
Wow. It's a young man.
Yeah. And
55 years old.
Yeah.
He's a maintenance worker at
CT Transit garage.
CT Transit garage. And they didn't give his name, did they?
They did. I just didn't choose to say his
Okay.
name out loud.
Okay.
Yeah, so out of the CT general manager said that out of the 1,200 people in the company, 30 have tested positive for COVID-19. Yeah.
My goodness. Well, condolences to this man's family.
Yeah. Man.
It is, but they say more people have tested positive over there at CT Transit.
Yeah, out of the 1,200, 30 people have tested positive.
30 people. And so do they have people wiping those buses down?
Yeah.
This is things that we got to start asking these questions.
I'm not sure.
It is public transportation and people are taking the buses. So, it's like, I'm looking at public safety issues.
Mm-hmm.
Is it safe? Now, Harry, are you ever going back to work? I know you are working. Are you ever going back to the office?
Good question. I'll go back out of necessity. Like, if La Voz needs something technical done or something, I'll go back. But I'll take all the precautions. But actually, sitting in a studio right now,
yeah.
I think Paul's afraid of the liability of all that stuff. So I'm not sure when we're going back.
It is very serious. It is so darn serious, and, shout outs to Paul Bass. I mean, he's sitting there and he's making this decision. He's making this, again, I don't even know if it's so much just a liability. I think he is concerned about people's well-being. I mean, last time I spoke with him about it, I remember I had to go up to his door to get something, and man, God, we acted like, Paul acted like I had the plague, but I could appreciate it because we're like, he said, I'll tell you what, just throw yours in, I'll throw mine. I'm like, oh, forget about it, man. But Paul Beasy, he's heavily concerned about contracting this virus. And I could see it in his eyes. He sincerely is worried about that. And it actually gives me pause to make me even take it even more serious.
Well, I think he's less worried about himself and more concerned of those
about others.
Yeah.
About others, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut into you when you were saying. But he's always going, he's pushing forward. But how is everybody else around doing? How is everyone I'll be okay, man. Yeah, man, I'll be all right. How are you? How you doing, man? And he have little ones with grandbabies.
Yeah.
So I know he's concerned about being around with, oh man. Wow, my goodness.
Yeah, and actually that's his biggest
concern.
If I'm gonna say pain right now. No, not being able to go see his grandchildren and
yeah,
and all that.
Yeah. Turn your mic up. By the way, bless you, man.
Bless you.
Turn your mic up, Harry. Yeah. Then again, I don't know. When you start yelling, I don't want to. Let me hear you. Say something. Harry Jones, say something ridiculous. I'm a Trump supporter and I like cows.
And I like.
We're gonna start doing this because I'm gonna start writing them down.
Go ahead. They're hilarious.
I love Harry jokes.
Yeah, he's crazy.
He's like the worst. He's just like, look at him. He's just like a mischievous 5-year-old. Look at him. He get this grin on his face. You just know he's just up to some nonsense consistently.
The one thing that I always love, right? Because the way I've always seen it, if you do something to me, it gives me the license to do it to you 10 times worse.
Yeah. Is that the need for the mischievous look?
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, go ahead, please.
Well, you know what? I'm with you on that. someone do something to you. I mean, well, it's open gates. You know, the floodgates just come running. Phew. Never be afraid to do it. All right. So what else we have? Hit me with.
So I got some national news. It's sort of, you could say straight up ugliness in some ways. Kansas had to pass a law to tell cops they can't have sex with people they're arresting. Kansas just became the 18th state to make.
What?
What did he say? What'd you say?
Rewind that.
Kansas had to pass a law to tell cops they can't have sex with people they're arresting.
What the hell is going on in? Oh my God, Doherty, click your heels 3 times. What the hell is going on? Don't go home, Doherty. Oh my God. You got arrested in Kansas, and next thing you know, you're in the backseat making out good. Oh my goodness.
So Kansas just became the 18th state to make it illegal for cops to have sex on the job. Kansas police officers are now specific.
But I want to know what are the other 17 states?
I know New York is one of them because of a crazy incident that I could not just read up here. It's pretty nasty. It's pretty bad.
Okay.
It was like, it had me like really in my feelings. But
how long ago was it?
Last September.
The New York issue?
New York issue was last September, and police officers haven't got charged yet.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. It's still ongoing case.
You got to give us some kind of a hint of what it is.
It was an 18-year-old girl. 2 officers raped her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Didn't even want. Yeah, that's what I was avoiding.
Whoa.
So Kansas City police officers are now specifically forbidden from having sex with someone during a traffic stop. For example, while they're interrogating someone in custody or during an interview in a criminal investigation, according to the bill Kansas governor signed into the law last week. In February, BuzzFeed ran a story spotlighting legal loopholes in New York and 34 other states that allow officers to have sex with people in their custody, while the state laws generally prohibit sex between other law enforcement officers like prison guards and inmates. Most of these states do not have specific language that addresses sex between police officers and people in their custody.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna have any more of those cool scenes from Super Troopers anymore with that Blondie.
So yeah, it is. This guy. Oh my God.
This guy.
You know,
you gotta be.
No, I'm not gonna. I don't want to even dilute this because here I am.
Careful, thinking, Caleb. I mean, not Caleb. I'm Trevor. Careful.
Yeah, exactly. Slippery slope.
Why you think I went silent? Because I know I'm about to. You never know what stupid thing's gonna come out my mouth sometimes. So
don't get fired.
Silence is better.
Yeah. It was when I came across this story, I thought it was like, oh, this is hilarious. Like, and then it came to that, I was like, oh, this is serious. Like, what is going on?
No, this is crazy as all hell. I mean, T. Higgs, do you have the other 17 states?
Yeah. So, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, North Carolina.
Connecticut is on the list too. We have to pass a law.
Yep.
I just thought this was automatic. You know, you put somebody in the back of your car, they're under your care. Oh my God. Oh.
Is Ohio on the list?
At the very least, aren't bribes illegal?
What's that?
At the very least, aren't bribes illegal? So even if they offer you sex, it's a bribe.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, yeah, if the person is there, oh, come on, officer.
Not in all cases. Some cases, this is like a forced situation, especially the situation in last September. So it's like on both sides.
But the thing is that when you're in a situation when you have power over the other,
right?
You should not be able to abuse that power by taking sex or forcing sex. Obviously,
you're right.
Oh my God.
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
This is totally crazy. I just thought it was just like automatic. I mean, first of all, the person is going to say anything because you're sitting there with a doggone gun and a nightstick.
Yeah, man, it's serious.
My God.
It's very serious.
And they have it. They have it to where people in prison, you say, prison.
Yeah. Let me read that real quick.
Prison guards cannot have sex with people in their custody. So why don't they just put it like that in law enforcement and leave it?
Yeah, and law enforcement and prison guards, like cops and prison guards, can mingle as well, like with other officers. They can't mingle as well. Yeah. So yeah, it's literally like the whole
Spectrum.
how can I say, the whole spectrum. Yeah, no one can mingle with nobody because it's like abuse of power.
Well, there goes the Christmas parties.
You ain't lying. Say goodbye to those, man, because this is crazy. This is nuts, man. But
When you say there goes the Christmas parties, I'm lost.
you know how the word
No, I don't
Christmas party, you know, when you have
Go
a Christmas
ahead.
party at the office.
No, but we're not talking about you have a Christmas party. Do they have it to where no workers can commingle?
I don't think so.
Okay, that's the difference. We're talking about people in their custody. We're not talking about people who are co-workers. I mean, co-workers, I mean, hell, you know, you had a grab bag. I happen to get your name in the grab bag. I mean, Jesus, we can't commingle. What is this world coming to when it comes to that?
It said in the law, while state laws generally prohibit sex between other law enforcement officers like prison guards.
Oh,
and
okay.
inmates.
Okay.
Yeah.
In between other law enforcement, they can't commingle on the job, that is.
Yes, on the job.
Well, girl, I'll meet you down there at Kelly's pub.
Going down at Kelly's tonight.
It's gonna be drinks on me over there at Kelly's. Yeah.
Kelly's does sound like an Irish pub, though.
What's that?
Kelly's. It sounds like an Irish pub.
But it is an Irish pub. I mean, heck, everywhere I've been, even in Ireland, there was like many Kelly pubs I passed.
I'm gonna open a Kelly pub.
You know, and in Ireland, they didn't drop the O like they did over here. Everything is O'Kelly, O'Mcfarlane, O something. It was everything an O in front of it. I mean, O'Murphy. I'm like, what? Yeah, I saw a lot of O's in front of her. Not like here in the U.S. where you just drop the O.
Oh, Patty's pub.
Yeah. You know, I went to O'Neill's, the oldest pub in Ireland. So they're in Athlone. And man, I'll tell you, that place is cool as all hell. And you know, drinking over there is legal at 18. So my son and I, we went to this pub. We went over there, and oh man, so he's doing this drinking game with me. Yeah. So we came over the bridge. You got to cross over the bridge to get into the bar area there in Athlone. That's Old Athlone, the new. Anyway, so we went over. It's in Old Athlone, and we crossed over the bridge, and we're looking around. Said, first pub we saw, we went in. Boom, got in there. I'm like, okay, so the drinking game is on. He's like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, right, okay. So I saw him. You know, you gotta understand the thing about drinking. Let me let you guys into a little trick. You're drinking beer. There's a certain thing to it. Stay away from the salt and don't drink fast. So I'm sitting there on the first one. He cusses it down. He goes, oh. He said, what's the matter, old man? I'm on the second one. I'm like, oh yeah. Order up. I still have like about a third left of my first. He's like, come on. I'm like, order up. So he gets it. And now he's like knocked off a third. And I'm just getting down to the bottom of the first. Second one sitting there with nice froth on top. I'm like, I watch him. And then I saw him got up and use the bathroom. I'm like, oh boy, you lost already, son.
Game over. Game over.
Oh, what you didn't realize is you just broke the seal. You're going to be running to the bathroom, which means the intoxication is coming up. You ain't going to be hanging with me. But he
Coming
hung
in
in there.
hot.
Yeah, he really did hang in there, but I give him credit. He really did hang in there, but it was like really, really something. It's something to watch. He didn't went stumbling drunk, but I remember us walking back to the hotel, and I'm like, for some reason or another, it was just kind of like it's kind of weird feeling. It was like, yeah, but I'm like, I stopped getting guilty. Did I get my son intoxicated over here? None of my watch, man. What the hell am I doing? I mean, at that point he was like 19 or 20. He was 20. But it's
Started
like
going through.
I was still, yeah, I'm going through this bad parent withdrawals, and then I start getting sad. What are you doing? You know?
I was like cool parent withdrawals when you're like, yeah, I'm gonna be the cool dad, and you're like, oh, I think I went too far.
I went too far, yeah, you know.
You
But I
know?
mean, it was legal in Ireland.
Yeah, so why stress?
We said, and the people were just, oh my God, it was just nice. They start contributing to the nonsense. Hey, top of the day to you. Hey, how long you are? How long you here on the line there? I'm like, oh, how long am I here on the land? Okay. One guy was trying to get us to go to a rave with him, and I'm like, no.
Yes.
Yeah. Another guy's trying to get me. Oh, one of the greatest band in Ireland is gonna be playing at this place. You ought to come go. No, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, people wanted us to go so many places with her. I mean, they literally were offering up. Oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, not gonna worry about it.
You
I mean,
said
people
your
are
son?
not. Yeah,
That's child abuse, right?
I know, but it was legal over there.
Yeah, but he's like 20 pounds wet.
True.
So how much could he handle? He can't
Little
handle
bit.
much.
But the little bastard could drink, though. I ain't gonna lie. That Irish side of him really came out, man. I was like, oh, Lord. Come on to me, God bless. Look at the boy drink.
Next level, man.
WNHH.
Yes.
WNHHLP 1035 FM New Haven. And the ugliness continues. By the way, do you have us up for 15 minutes from now?
Yeah.
Harry? Okay.
Yeah, we good.
All right, people. Gotta let you know, CNN Business reporting that the Dow, the Nasdaq, and the S&P were all up last session. The Dow was up almost 1,000 points yesterday, all on the announcement of there might be a breakthrough drug for the COVID-19. Motivated the hell out of the markets.
Yes.
The markets took off. Did you see that? It opened up to damn near 700 points.
Yeah.
Sure.
The guy I've been watching
was-
day trading was made like I think he made broke even yesterday.
Was that right?
Oh yeah, made it like I think he made $1 million.
Wow. So this is a good deal going right now. You're looking at scroll world markets. You stop there. All right, right now we're looking at world markets as of 7:46 a.m. Looking at Japan and Hong Kong is up. London and Germany are down. In other words, the Pacific is up. The Atlantic is down. And we're looking also at big losers on the board. Domino's Pizza, I don't know. Guess they're not delivering. Clorox, how the hell is Clorox now? Nobody's cleaning anymore? Are we getting comfortable? Oh, yeah. Self-quarantining is going to... Newmont Corporation is also a big loser. Quest how the hell is Quest Diagnostics down? Don't they do the testing for coronavirus?
Trump fired him.
Oh... Also, Rolling Inc. They're also big losers on the board. Commodities, oil is up 32.07 a barrel. That's getting scary. Well, you know what it is. It's getting warm outside. Gas also is up. Natural gas, that is. Gold, silver is down. Corn is up. And we're looking at copper is
up.
Copper is up. I don't know what those numbers really mean. I'll let a certified financial advisor. Don't listen to Trevor with this day trading nonsense. You're going to listen to a certified financial advisor, and you get that insight of how to get your money situation going up in the upward position. You know what I mean? Like you're getting ready to take off on that runway. Get your money in the upright position and firm fly. All right, people, let the ugliness continues. Other business news.
Uber to cut 3,000 more jobs. And
Who
an
did?
email.
Who did?
Uber.
Uber.
Yeah.
It was about to cut 3,000 more jobs
Yeah.
from their corporation or drivers.
Employees and corporations too. It said in an email to employees Monday. Uber would also be shutting or consolidating 45 offices around the world and is considering cuts to other businesses such as freight.
Corporate.
Last round, huh?
It's
So these are all corporate cuts. There's another drivers. That's what I was asking. It's Uber cutting drivers are out there. So that means, you see, that's the thing about this pandemic. I knew it was going to start making these companies that are tech driven start shedding. The first one was Twitter, right?
Yeah, Twitter is like, y'all stay home.
Twitter say you guys are never coming back.
Yeah.
Twitter shut down. Now, you know what the bad thing about that is? You know, we say, you know, we jokey jokes about it's going to change the way how we are with business for sure. But what you got to think of is all the restaurants in the area that was supporting the Twitter employees. I'm sorry, Trevor, put your damn hands to your mouth. When you yawn, you're looking like
I decided to mute I decided to mute myself so you wouldn't have to hear it.
Well, geez, you got to put your hand to your mouth too.
I'm trying to not drop my mic on my foot again.
Damn contagious. Anyway, the restaurants that support everything from restaurants to coffee shops to pubs, everything around Uber that was supported around Twitter that supported the employees over there, they're all going to be shuttered. You know, that's the crazy thing about it. Man, I'm telling you, you better invest in some. I ain't going to tell you how to invest, but you might want to look into some infrastructure stocks, baby.
Hey, Joe, you want some sports news?
Why, what do you got?
Oh, we got a good one for you. I know you will get a kick out of this one.
Okay, let me hear this one.
As
And
teams,
hold on. Why would I get a kick out of it?
Oh, you.
That's scary already.
You will get a kick out of this.
All right, let me hear this.
Since there's no fans are allowed at the stadiums, like many teams are doing cardboard cutouts of fans doing like having their team apparel on.
Yeah.
Well, a team in South Korea went the next level. A soccer team in South Korea, FC Seoul, opted to fill seats with something more lifelike. They apologized Monday, which it believed they were more ordinary mannequins, and they are quickly recognized by many fans as sex dolls as they were placed in the stands at match against Hwanghae FC.
You know, I was watching what was it, Bill Maher or one of them, either Bill Maher or John Oliver, and they were showing the new sex dolls.
Oh yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, we're just gonna mess around. They're gonna mess around until eventually they're gonna replace women. I'm telling you, these geeks are on a mission.
Yeah.
Ladies, I'm here to tell you right now. Stop complaining. These guys are clearly motivated by all the wrong things. I'm telling. Did you see this thing?
Yeah, I saw them. I saw the pictures of this when I was doing my research for the story.
The real lifestyle, the lifelike sex doll.
Yeah, I saw them on Twitter. Crazy.
And now it's more than just sex. They're setting them up to clean and do things. It was just a matter of time. Oh my God! You walk into the house and there's a doll that. Harry, do you got a picture of that? The new lifelike
no
sex dolls? You didn't see these things? Did you see them?
No. Sorry, I was looking at the news.
I thought he was probably saying no because his wife doesn't want to hear him when he said yes to them.
Why the hell you think he's in that closet?
No, it's a Foot Locker.
His fun spot over there.
When social media noted the tell-light signs, like business logos for sex toy marketers on the dolls' clothing or their striking buxom physiques. Of the roughly two dozen dolls in the stands.
Do you really want to show pictures? I'm gonna show the cleanest pictures I could show, cause
there's one with clothes on.
Yeah.
Look up the South Korean soccer team sex dolls.
No, you don't even got to do that. I mean, this one has clothes on them. Okay, no, they're cleaner than those. I mean, my God. Yeah, all right, take it off. I mean, come on. It's like, oh my goodness.
And you could set them up to have the conversations that you want, the types of conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just next level.
I'm telling you, this is
Word.
it's going up. Ladies,
Do I need an app for them to
being
do that?
replaced.
I won't say. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna get out of this conversation.
What do you mean? Look at Harry. He's just. Let me find out there's one behind you.
Oh Lord.
That's why you're always in the closet, huh, Harry?
She's cleaning right now.
She's clean
with the fresh made outfit right now.
No, she has her Monica Lewinsky dress on.
Oh my God.
He's like, I just see one time that she missed me.
Oh my God.
Here's one more. I got another story for you, Joe.
It's coming, man. Go ahead.
A game,
and hold on one second before you go any further. They're making it very comfortable by putting them in stadiums now.
Yeah.
This time, you got to think for 5 seconds. How many of those they had to go and get? How many they bought? The teams bought to put in the stands.
They bought 24. The South Korean soccer team did.
24. It's just a matter of time. They're gonna fill those stands with them.
And they were all women.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
That's what guys are gonna be looking at these things on that. No, I want to see those stands. Give me a flash to the stands. Come on, he's getting ready to score. Nobody's ready to score. They score here. Oh my God. It's gonna be a mess. Hey, what's the rest of your story?
The club admitted they did not do a background check on the supplier, which makes the sex dolls. It also said it failed to notice that the logos on the clothing were connected to the sex industry as well.
Oh my God.
Now, Joe,
I'm just telling you, yes.
I'm gonna need you to have your thinking cap. Harry, I need yours as well. T. Higgs as well. So a game-worn pair of Jordans sold for $560,000 on South Bay's auction house this past weekend. They are the white, black, and red shoes made for Jordan in 1985 and autographed by the NBA legend himself. This is the Air Jordan Chicago color scheme. How much you think would a pair like a game-worn jersey and shoes by Kobe in his 81-point game would be?
That's an interesting question. Because Jordan, well, he's the thing about excuse me. What we're buying here is not so much the player as much as we are buying the brand.
Mm-hmm.
The Jordan brand way surpassed Kobe's by far.
Know.
So I don't think a Kobe jersey, although it has such significance to it.
It's like the game-worn jersey you wore against the 81-point game that you scored 81 versus the Toronto Raptors in
But because Kobe's, I think, because Kobe's, could you just tell him to log on? Justin, just go ahead and log on.
Hold on. He's coming in now.
Okay.
You know, these dolls. I'm still looking at the dolls. You know, you could finance the dolls at $19 a month.
This is gonna be a mess. I could smell trouble already with this. This is gonna be a mess. I really and truly don't know the answer to that question because I'm looking at this as it's a good question, Trevor, but I don't know the real answer to it because I'm looking at the Michael Jordan brand is way more than Kobe Bryant's brand. It's a lot stronger. So although I see a bigger significance with the Kobe Bryant jersey, the Jordan brand is way stronger. So 500 and something thousand. That's why his shoe went for 500 and something thousand. So Kobe's shoe would probably sell for maybe about 5,000, 10,000.
Okay.
That's the crazy.
I put it up my Twitter account, and I'm still waiting for a good answer.
What are people saying?
It says it's the 80. I said the 81-point game jersey and the shoes he wore during the game.
And the shoes, yeah. But are people giving numbers yet?
No, it's been a constant debate. We haven't figured out a number yet.
All right, I'm giving it max. I'm maxing out at 55,000. I'm maxing out.
I'll put that as a starting bid.
Okay. All right, people. The ugliness continues right about now. We have hanging out with us is a councilman representative, actually, of the Hamden district area, and who's running for a state senator out of that district. I believe it's the 23rd district. Am I correct? You got to turn that.
17th.
The 17th. I had to make sure that I check him. We have somebody else on the 23rd tomorrow. I just got to make sure. But anyway, out of the 17th district here, which covers Hamden, it's heavily gerrymandered, and he's running for state senator against I believe it's Keith Logan, who is the Republican, a brother, by the way. Well, let me put it this way: a black man.
All right.
Who is Justin? You got to turn your mic on. Do you see it? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it by the way, let me ask, is the noise of voices, is that bothering you any?
No, I'm good. I'm in the sanctity of my home, so I'm good.
Okay. So Justin Farmer, he is like I said, he's a representative right now and he's running for state senator. So let me welcome you, man. Welcome back to the ugliness.
I never forgot my first time.
You never forget your first time? Well, tell us about that and make you not forget it.
Oh no, I just remember we had the track spinning and y'all were cutting it up. I wasn't used to I'm used to talking back and forth with politicians, but I'm not used to cutting up with y'all on the radio. So I was like, man, y'all coming at me, I had to come correct. So I appreciate being able to come back. Got a little cheat sheet next to me just in case.
You got a cheat sheet next to you? Good. Now listen, you're running for state senator for the 17th district. You're running against Keith Logan, whose brother, by the way, is a friend of the room. So go easy. No, just messing. But anyway, I don't care. That don't make a difference to me. But anyway, tell us about why you're running. What is your platform? I'll give you the stands. Go for it.
Cool, thank you. So yeah, I worked on a good friend's campaign last time, Sean Grace. He ran for the 17th. It was a 3-way primary. And over the last 2 years, I just haven't really seen much change. And when my friend told me he wasn't gonna run, George Logan, he shows up everywhere. He smiles at everyone. Everyone's like, he's such a nice guy. And my thing is, okay, well, you can show up, but showing up and turning out are two different things. And for me, as a person who's always showing up places, I don't say, hey, I'm going to vote on this or I'm going to critically think on this. And then I just rubber stamp what the Democratic Party does. And that's like the same thing that Logan does. So I said, I'm going to run. Over the last 2 years, there's been tons of.
Excuse me if I could just interject. When he ran in that election, you said it was a 3-way race. Wasn't that placed specifically to remove the incumbent that was there for some 20-something years?
Yeah. So
or was that the time before? Correct me.
So there was a primary in 2018. In 2016, you had Joe Crisco run. He had been there almost as long as I've been alive.
Right.
And Logan beat him the first time.
Was that a 3-way race, or was that because he ran as a Republican? That's it. That's why he won. He was a black Republican.
Yeah.
Logan did. I'm talking about George Logan.
Yeah. So it's a Republican and a Democrat. Last year there was a 3-way Democratic primary. So you had 3 Democrats running to be the endorsed candidate. One guy won, and
but he didn't beat Logan.
No, he says he came close, but it's a district with 20% more Democrats. For me, coming close in the year of the blue wave is actually failing. Like, if you have 20% more Democrats and everybody's souped and excited and they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to prove it to Trump. We're going to stick it to Trump. And then
But the Republicans have they have a slick winning move. Let's be honest about how they did this, backing up to 2016 in this district. I'm very familiar with this district. I pay attention to this stuff. What they did in 2016 was the Republicans. They had George Logan ran for that district as not a right-wing conservative, but as a moderate conservative. And they played into that by having him go into the districts that were predominantly Black. And they chopped that district up real. You want to talk about gerrymandering? That is the district that's heavily gerrymandered in the state of Connecticut. And they chopped that district up in such a way that Logan was able to influence that Southern Hamden, which brought in a lot of Blacks and Latinos, and mainly Blacks, to follow him, not knowing that because on all of his flyers and everything else, which a lot of them don't do anywhere anymore, but there was no emphasis of if he was a Republican or a Democrat. So they used a race card, in other words, to draw people in to support him, not knowing he was a Republican.
Even
and
further,
because excuse me, go ahead.
Even further, he would tell Republicans he was a Republican, and Democrats, he would say, "Oh, well, I'm endorsed by the independents, so I'm an independent."
Yes, Logan did some numbers, and he got it up there on the board. Bottom line is, because of that, people were still talking about Brand earlier. People believe that he was this independent guy, not knowing what he did by the time 2018 came in. So I guess my point is, I'm not looking down on the person who lost in 2018, because the Republicans right now have a very slick move in that district that they're using to help Logan keep that seat. So what are you going to do to break up that little trick that they're doing? Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. What are you doing? How are you highlighting that to the public up there? Well, to the constituents up there?
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you can choose between a Democrat and Republican and they're doing the same thing, people are going to pick the Republican Party because it's just easier branding, where they're going to say, oh, this person's going to follow through. And that's where, as Democrats, people on the left, you just got to say where you are on issues. A lot of people are afraid to talk about what the issues are. I'm like, cool, you may disagree with me on a woman's right to choose, but if we're talking about healthcare, you might say, all right, I don't like his views on this, but I like his views on this. You might not like that I went to, a march, condemning police brutality, but you know that I'm going to go hard for your kids and make sure they get the funding for their schools. And that's where we really need to meet the voters, where Democrats have always been playing this weird game where we want a moderate message and kind of in between, and we're going to get this sweet spot. We have too big of a tent to do that. We need to convince people on the actual issues and actually have that energy. So, like, when we did our campaign kickoff, I had over 100 people there. You don't get that type of energy for a congressional race. And I'm like, that's not because I'm super special. It's because I've shown up for different communities where, like, my bike people, I had my biking people ride up on their bikes to the event.
By the way, I saw that, and I witnessed that with my own eyes. He has a bike gang, people. You gotta understand. If you go up the trail on a Saturday or so, and I'm talking the cycling trail, the canal trail, the Farmington Canal Trail, all of a sudden you get to, like, right before Hamden, coming out of Newhartville in New Haven, right into Hamden, I ran into this group, and I was like, well, what the heck is going on? And who was dead in the middle of all of this was Justin there. And I'm like, okay, I know how to leave this alone. He's got a bike gang. He literally has a bike gang. There was like 60 people out there. I didn't know what the hell to think of it. But good for you, by the way. Continue.
The bike gang, I want people to get extra nervous. The bike gang has people from 60 to, like, 23. So it's not as wild as you're making it seem.
Right.
Can I just give
I'm
some
glad
shout
you
outs?
clarified that.
Somebody gonna worry about somebody hogging at them on the bike trail. I'm like, nah, I don't want no problems. I don't got no problems with Jay.
There you go. Hold on one second, Justin. Hold on to here.
yeah.
Is it someone who's giving a shout out to Justin?
Yeah, a few people.
Okay, Justin, you got some people in there that want to give you some shout outs. Let's go for it real quick.
So yeah, we have Kibra saying hi to all of us. And then
shout out to Kibra.
Yeah, Nancy saying, hey Justin, run, and win.
Okay.
And then Roxana saying Justin is about the business of the community building.
Hey, thanks.
That's what's up. That's all. They're just members of his bike gang. Don't look at no. Just
so, yeah,
No, but go ahead.
In terms of strategy, like we're making the decision where, most of what we're gonna do is gonna be at home. I feel the state has opened up too soon, so I'm used to.
Well, let's address that issue. The state of Connecticut is opening up tomorrow.
Yeah. And
well, one of the good things I've seen the governor has taken heed and has pushed back barbers and hair salons. So there are a few things. However, we have a guy right here that's in the group right now that is literally going nuts, stare crazy because he's got to stay home and he can't go and get his hair cut and all this kind of stuff. Look at him down there.
I work at a gym too.
What's the bad part about it? I start calling him T-Rex, and then I realized, well, I'm doing something wrong here because I understand you suffer from Tourette's. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Tell me about that. First of all, tell me about this Tourette's syndrome. What is it?
So it's Tourette's Awareness Month. So it's from the 15th of May to the 15th of June. Don't ask me why. In terms of Tourette's, it's a neurological disorder. And the way that it works is that electrical pulses are sent from my brain to my nerve endings, and it makes me have sporadic movements, say random things. I'm in the rare 10% of people that most people know Tourette's by is cursing and saying inappropriate things.
I wish I had it for that. Go ahead.
It always seems great, but then there are times where you want to say, mother effer to someone, and you're just like, I'll slap the back off a 7. And you're just like, all right, well, that wasn't helpful. Like, I was hoping something great would come out, and then it's like,
and you say you'll slap the back off a 7?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great right there. What's wrong with that?
That's so cool, though.
That is so cool. I would slap the back off a 7 right now. And the reason why I bring this up and tie it in with the state of Connecticut opening up, obviously, if you look at this guy, I mean, he's going through meltdown just trying to think, how are you coping with being in quarantine and having this disease? And you're diagnosed, by the way. I'm just doing this unprofessional diagnosed stuff. This guy, I don't even know if he really does have it, but go ahead.
No, that's part of the thing is that there's tons of things. So as a person, with this neurological disorder, yesterday we had a council meeting, and someone was watching me on the Zoom meeting, and they texted me and they're like, don't touch your face. I was like, okay, well, sometimes my brain just is like telling me to tap my face and like do things like this. I'm like, that's out of my control. Like me sitting here doing this, I'm like, yeah, that's not in my control.
Okay. So does that drive you to lose it more? Does that make you more frustrated?
Yeah, well, highly stressed situations, add to the difficulty of being able to control the disorder. But, I think the biggest issue that we have right now, like telehealth, being able to have people talk to therapists and psychiatrists, that took about 4 weeks for the governor to pass an executive order. Many of the situations that we have in terms of talking about public transportation to barbershops, a lot of the stuff hasn't been put in place. And as people get sick again, that's what's really gonna, hurt the economy, but also people who are most vulnerable, whether we're talking about people emotionally, mentally, financially. If we do not do this reopening right, everyone's going to hurt. And I You know, for me in the
But
campaign,
what would you say is, and then now we're talking about someone who's looking to work in the state house. What would you say is doing this right? Because I don't think we all have anyone has the right answer to this. So what exactly would you call doing it right?
well, even education, like tomorrow's going to be the first day that the state opens. And my frustration with that is that I don't feel that there's been a unified message about how serious it is. I'm like, all right, if we're going to start the economy again, we really need to be educating people on wearing masks, especially educating people who are symptomatic or feel that they've been sick. I'm like, it's more important for you to wear a mask and make sure that you're not having those droplets go out into the air. Telling people to keep 6 feet distance when it's appropriate. Trying to limit capacity of restaurants. A lot of owners I know have suffered greatly economically, but saying to them like, hey, if you're going to open back up, you got to be responsible. In terms of enforcement, there hasn't really been unified enforcement. And my biggest concern is testing. You know, I'm 6 houses from being in New Haven in the Newhall community. There are plenty of places where you don't have testing in urban centers where, you know, if I'm in a rural part of Connecticut or I'm in an urban city center and I'm not close to a testing facility, I don't have the tools to go and get myself tested and then go to my employer and say, hey, I tested positive, I can't come into work. I'm sure there's going to be many employers coming the 20th who say like, hey, I need you to get back to work. And you say, I'm not really feeling well. I'm sure there's going to be employers who say, well, you know, I'm going to call Tommy because he's ready to go on shift. And like, maybe I'll call you back in a week. Maybe I'll call you back in 2 weeks. And these are things and protections that I haven't seen addressed by the governor, let alone rent and all the situations that are going on right now where, you know, the legislature hasn't agreed to do a rent freeze. And with everything that's going on, you have some developers and some landlords ready to hike up rent in the aftermath of people not having 2-3 months of rent.
Well, Justin, let me ask you, what does a rent freeze mean if you're unemployed and you can't pay for your rent to begin with? Freezing it up for 3 months, it's not gonna put any income in your pocket to pay it in 3 months. Shouldn't there be something that could be done so that these people can get out of that rent?
Oh, no. We definitely need to do rent forgiveness, and we definitely need to figure out ways. You know, my family, we have a rental unit. You know, if our tenants don't pay, we don't eat. So I get that principle. But when you're talking about Mandy Management, Pike, Apple Management, they're not starving. They got lines of credit that they can go to banks and figure it out. They have collateral, they have investments. Small people who have like a house or they're living in the 3-family dwelling that they have, that's different. But in terms of what I was talking about a rent freeze in terms of increases. So we need to figure out how to keep people in their homes. Then in the aftermath of this, come June 1st, July, August, I don't want to see landlords saying, okay, well, now I'm going to hike up the rent.
No, I guess what Harry was getting to is instead of having the rent due, 3 months rent due, and correct me if I'm wrong here from misunderstanding you, Harry, but instead of having 3 months due in the month of June, or let's just say if it had been a rent freeze from March to June, instead of come June, you say, okay, we want 3 months rent plus your July rent. Do you put it on to the end of the lease? Would you? Is that what you're pushing for?
No, I'm pushing for cancellation where it makes sense. It's going to be hard for the smaller, landlords, but for the bigger ones, cancellation where it makes sense. The federal government has tons of money to be able to help out, and the state can allocate some of that. And then in the aftermath,
what do you say to the big? What do you say to the bigger landlords who say, "Well, now you're singling us out"?
It's not saying we have a crisis. We had.
I understand that.
Yeah,
I understand that. But what do you say? Because they're going to use that argument. So what are you going to say? What is your pushback to that argument? That's what I would like.
Yeah, there are executive orders made at times of crisis. You had people commandeer hotels to be able to put up homeless people and not really making the same amount of money. If we have a mass eviction of people in the aftermath of this, as well as people not going back to work directly and trying to keep people safe, like that's something that the state cannot afford and shoulder. So if you have 200, 300 people being homeless because they couldn't figure out how to find 3 months of back rent, well, where are they supposed to go? To the state? To the local level? I'm like, as a local municipality, our homeless shelters are full. I don't have anywhere to put anybody. So I'm like, we have to figure out how to keep people in their homes and safely, because even if we're jumpstarting the economy, if people don't have the ability to pay their bills and be in a safe environment, we're not going to be able to keep the curve down. And that's just reality.
Now, also tonight, I believe it is the primary. I mean, it's the convention.
Tonight is the convention for the primary.
And how exactly is the convention is going to take place tonight? Usually, you go into the hall. Usually, it was like the XL Center or something like that, some big hall or something is where you go into to execute this process. How are they going to do this tonight? Is it online?
Yeah, so it's going to be online. It's going to be on Zoom. People are going to tune in and Zoom, cast their votes via Zoom.
And these are the delegates who are going to come in and do such.
Yeah, so these are the delegates from the Democratic Town Committee, the 7 different.
Have you been working the room? Have you been working these delegates?
Yeah, I've been working the room. You know, I have enough votes where I'm going to be on the ballot. You know, it's all about choice. You know,
is there somebody running against you?
Yeah, so George Cabrera is running against me. He's worked for labor unions for years. You know, people are saying, "Oh, why are you running? You're both progressive." I'm like, there's a difference between showing up and voting how leadership will tell you to, and voting because you care about the issues. And that's where I'm like, we need to make that distinction. We're not going to win voters by being in the middle and being ambiguous on how we stand on different issues and policies.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Well,
Am I looking at an AOC? Hold on one second, Tyler. Am I looking at an AOC versus Joe Crowley over here?
I get, if people want to characterize it that way, I guess you could say that.
Okay, go ahead, Harry.
Well, because I just want to say, Paul's had both of them on the show, on his show Dateline New Haven, and I've heard both of them. I've heard both. You know, they both.
Speaking of both Justin Farmer and
George Cabrera, right?
And George Cabrera, okay.
And I'm a conservative. Everybody knows that, but I have to say this: they both seem like good individuals, but when Justin actually talks about the things he talks about, I believe him. And I think that's the biggest difference. I'm not saying that I don't believe George Cabrera. What I'm saying is Justin actually seems like he cares about everything he speaks about. I get the impression, and you know, if I had to choose, I would choose Justin just because I believe him.
Wow, so you just got an endorsement from a.
I'm not endorsing him. I'm just saying I like the guy. I believe him.
Who are you, Michael Phelps or Michael Jackson? You're moonwalking or you're backpedaling? Jesus God, which one is it?
I'm not endorsing anybody. I'm just
saying, endorsed the man. Yeah, you got an endorsement. You got an endorsement.
I'm just saying that this guy seems like the real deal, and I just hope that he stays pure of heart like he is right now, and down the road he doesn't become the regular politician. This guy's real.
I think this is what is going on right now. People are looking for authenticity within our politicians, because at the end of the day, and look, we got to have it. Like you say, when people show up and want to rubber stamp stuff, there lies a problem. There lies a big problem. We are way past that type of politics, because that's how we have disenfranchised communities. When people just want to rubber stamp whatever the establishment tells you, oh, you know, this is what we want to do, this is where we should go, etc. And this is why people distrust government right now. And it's a big uproar right now, because people want the people that they hire. And that's the part of the equation that people are not looking at, that the politicians forget. People are hiring you to do a job. That's what they're doing when they vote for you. So when you don't show up to do the job, or you want to rubber stamp whatever the upper ranking member tells you to do, or the party tells you to do, although it goes against your constituents, there lies the problem. Now, I'm not saying you can't negotiate sometimes, because sometimes that's what it takes. You got to give some to get some. That's the way it is. But when 60, 70, 80% of your votes is going against your constituents, there lies a problem. Period.
I would be remiss if I didn't, throw out some of the platform. Part of the things that we have is that a lot of times people say, oh, the Valley is different from Hamden, and we can't talk about this, we can't talk about that. Why not? Have you talked to people? If you believe it is the right thing to do, then you need to convince people. You might not convince them this time, but you might be able to move them next time or the time after. So, like, the three main things I'm really focusing on this election is the Green New Deal. I'm studying to be a marine biologist. The environment is super important to me. A lot of people, think of it as this big, heady thing. It's basically your plan of conservation. The only difference is you're having a focus of being green and having a just transition where you're making industries that last for 40, 50, 60 years rather than 20 or 30 years, and having a long-term projection of view. So following through with that, making sure we're doing that, community choice aggregation part of that, which is allowing municipalities to bulk their energy costs together to be able to have better buying power. Connecticut has the third highest energy rates in the country, which makes no sense. Working on transportation. I think the Valley is a beautiful place to go to, but if you don't have public transportation, you're not getting jobs there, and you're also not going to have people frequent there, so you don't have commerce. So if people in New Haven and your ring suburbs like Hamden can't get to like Naugatuck, then who's in Naugatuck? People who live in Naugatuck and the few businesses that are there. So being able to allow for public transit to be there, high-speed rail, those are the type of things that bring back industry.
If I could just interject, you mentioned the Green New Deal.
Yeah.
And you want to look at you want to look forward to pushing that as part of your platform. Am I correct?
Correct.
How well COVID-19 has changed, it's starting to change the way, well, it already changed the way we do business. If we look at the likes of Twitter out in California right now, but it's going to affect businesses here. And you're looking to run, and you're running for a statewide office that's going to affect businesses here in Connecticut. The tech industry, for example, it's like, for example, Twitter, their employees are now staying home. The Green New Deal, how is that going to affect when you're talking about building transportation? It's a stay-at-home, and we're looking at a stay-at-home economy now. So I know everyone can't stay at home, but what is the avenue that you're looking to roll with?
Yeah, we're going to stay at home. There's no doubt that this is going to affect us probably. If we come up with a vaccine, and I pray to God that we do, this is probably going to affect us the next 2 or 3 years. But after that, things are going to go, it's going to be a new normal. Things are going to change slightly, but people are still going to travel.
No, I understand that. But what if you're looking at the likes of Twitter? Twitter is a big company.
Yeah.
And Twitter shut down and say, hey, you know what? Indefinitely, none of our employees are ever coming back to the office. You're going to start working from home. So I guess what I'm looking at when you're looking at the Green New Deal, it's going to be a need for expansion on the likes of cable, and that's
let me jump in there because I want to ask Justin a question on this.
Hold on, you ask him after me. What the hell is going on here?
Cool. So there's things. So there is, there's different things that we could invest in. First of all, if we're talking about having a high energy needs. In the aftermath of this, you're going to need fiber lines. There's plenty of fiber lines around. You're going to need backup batteries, and especially for Connecticut, where we have, we have crazy snowfall, we have hurricanes, we pretty much get all the crazy tornadoes. You need to have backup batteries. You need to have infrastructure to be able to keep everybody online and be able to keep everybody safe. So even if we're transitioning to a economy that is more online, you have to have the infrastructure to do that. And it also needs to be renewable, where you need to bring down those energy costs. If
Now,
I had
that's what I wanted to get to, Justin. That's exactly where I wanted to drive this, because the energy cost just to transport, for example, like you said, we have snow, we have hurricanes, we have whatever it is that bring down trees. Those tree branches hit our wires that we have, like places like in the rural area, more suburbs or rural area or such, or more, should I say, more wooded area. Let me just put it that way. You're going to have trees coming down and taking out infrastructure, which is in your territory that you're looking at. How do you know that this is a serious issue here? What is the Green New Deal going to do to actually help this? Because as I understood, it's cost like $1 million to every half a mile or something like that to just work the telephone lines.
So there's certain things like
because this is a cost factor I'm looking at now. Help me understand the cost factor and the Green New Deal.
So part of the thing, like I said, community choice aggregation, when you're bulking energy costs, when you're taking a place like Hamden or Bethany and you're combining all of the community members and you're allowing them to be in a pool to share their energy rates, that drastically brings down the costs. Right now, you have Eversource and UI. You have two companies that determine what the price of energy is going to be. And they don't offer their sweeteners, where places you have places where you have community choice aggregation, they're able to bring down the cost and add things like backup batteries, charging stations for electric cars. These are the type of things that keep communities competitive, but also allow for those cost savings to be shared across the consumer.
Speaking with Justin Farmer, he is currently a local councilman, and he is now running for state senator in the 17th district here in the state of Connecticut. Justin has a lot of great. Harry, you got a question that you wanted to squeeze in there? Go ahead.
Oh, my question is about you said you were talking about transportation and everything, and Justin kind of answered it, but the transportation I'm talking about is the information highway, right? So the fact that you have cable companies that monopolize basically broadband in Connecticut and doesn't allow the fiber optic companies to come in to expand broadband all over the state. Is there something in the works to get rid of these regulations that are pushing out all these new companies from coming in and actually supplying those in need with the fiber optics? With, because the reality of it is right now we're a state running on broadband, and there's not enough of the broadband to go around to every parts of the state. So that's my question.
So to that point, Mary Horn, she's in Norfolk and represents a ton of communities up there. She has been pushing to have conversations about dark fiber lines. So the federal government paid tons of money back in the 90s to put down fiber lines. So there's fiber lines run all across the country. There's tons of fiber lines that exist already, but you need local companies to really pick up that cost of connecting these large, big, dark fiber lines and connect them into local communities. I have fiber now. We've had fiber for probably about 3 months now. A local company in New Haven has been extending fiber out, but to the smaller communities in like Norfolk, in Bethany, Beacon Falls, you don't have anyone who's willing to really fit the bill to extend those fiber lines to those smaller communities. So the state needs to invest in those things. Also, you have the fact that Frontier is going bankrupt. AT&T did a pump and dump. They bought up all the infrastructure. They got all the money from the federal government. And then they said, cool, Frontier, we're going to give you our company next or nothing. And then at the end of it, Frontier is about to go into debt and go into receivership. And they're going to be out on the street. These are the type of things where we need people at the state, local, and federal level to be paying attention and talking about it. Because if you only have a handful of legislators talking about fiber lines and talking about connectivity, you're never going to get anywhere. And by the time the people in the communities that need to know about it understand it and what the cost of it is, you're already on the back end. I'll just end with this. My town, maybe 5 years ago, had the ability to install fiber lines for $2 million for basically the whole entire town. And we
Wow.
passed on it. And I'm just like, who dropped the ball? Who was sitting there who was like, yeah, $2 million, we don't want to invest in that. We don't have the money. I'm like, there are times where you save money. I get it. We want to save taxpayers' money, but there are times where you have to invest. To put in that same infrastructure now, we're talking about $20 million.
Exactly.
So
my goodness.
My bad.
Justin Farmer, he's running for the 17th district. He wants to be state senator of the 17th district, currently held by a Republican, George Logan. Justin has, as you heard here on this program, in the last 30 to 45 minutes, Justin has a lot of great ideas that I believe that he wants to bring to the state of Connecticut. Harry Jokes here on the Joe Ugly in the Morning program has endorsed him, a little sideline endorsement, by the way. But, then he turned into Michael Phelps or Mike Jackson. I don't know which one, who's moonwalking or if he backstroking. But anyway, we'll figure it out. But based on what I hear,
let me just say this: my endorsement will probably hurt him. So
don't curse him already, Harry.
Harry back something hard.
I tell you. So, Justin, I wish you the best. I know tonight is the convention. You said you've been working the room. I want to hear back from you. Maybe by the end of the week or next week. Let me know if you. I don't care if it's just a simple text. If you got the endorsement of the party, and even if you don't get the endorsement of the party and you still want to go forward, you just hey, I say good for you. I think you have a lot of good ideas. I think you could bring a lot of great things to the table. It does require you, however, to have to give some to get some. I would really hope that you're willing to give some to be able to win. At the end of the day, that's just the way politics work. And I always say the best negotiation, the best, is when both parties walk away feeling like they've been screwed. That's the best negotiation. So just remember that as you negotiate with everyone.
I'm gonna get that put on a shirt.
Justin, once again, thank you very much for coming in and sharing this time with us. And we actually let you go way longer than you are. So you might obviously you're an interesting guest.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you wouldn't have been here. I mean, come on. It's like you were hitting all the topics, and especially since this stuff is right here in our face. Good guess, good name, and shout outs to you. Come back. We want to hear more from you. Okay.
I definitely will. Safe travels to y'all.
Safe travels to you as well, my man, Justin Farmer. All right, good people. That was very interesting. This guy,
yeah, it was
for the 17th district. He has a lot of great ideas. And guess what? T-Rex, you too can be a good politician, man.
That's not gonna happen. I'm gonna stick to handicapping sports.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I love it.
You know what?
I'll stick to sports podcasting.
Okay, that'll work. I mean, it just goes to show you two can be successful at whatever the heck you do, even with Tourette's. See?
I don't have Tourette's. You just want to put it on me so we get some sponsorships.
Whatever works.
Whatever works. Listen, people, I think it's that clock for us. Is it? Am I right, Harry?
It's 8:51.
Keep going.
All right, hit me with another ugly headline, somebody.
All right, so I got a headline right here. Climate change fuels extreme weather that lowers cancer survival rate. Climate change has triggered more frequent weather disasters like hurricanes and wildfires that release deadly.
Well, what the hell just happened in Puerto Rico? Did they just get hit with a hurricane?
I was just about to hit that right now. Well, recently they got hit with an earthquake, but from this article, when the Hurricane Maria hit Puerto Rico in 2018, it shut down several factories that provided life-saving IV fluid bags to U.S. hospitals, causing shortages in cancer facilities nationwide.
See, and this is what Justin was just talking about there, Justin Farmer. He was just talking about in regards to making the right investments at the right time. Great example is Puerto Rico. I mean, it was like just taking the money and running up these. They was stealing the damn money, to be straight up. when you're looking at the infrastructure, went to the pure edges. So by the time a hurricane hit, the electricity was outdated, the water supply outdated. So, you know, it created a bigger problem. So it's about making those big decisions, those hard decisions at the right time, that it does not affect you down the line. You know, like I'm trying to get T-Rex over there to understand that you just can't keep yawning like this.
That's why I put myself on mute or try to hide my camera.
But it's not working. Jesus. Go ahead. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. Don't forget, tomorrow also we have Alex Talbius is going to be on with us tomorrow. So stay connected with more politicians. We're going to find out more about what's going on. WNHHLP 103.5 FM New Haven.
1994, I'm off the porch, sipping 40 ounces with my dogs. Going half on nickel bags of funk. That was back when I believed in luck. Yeah. Running off at the mouth could get you. But back then all that did was get you jumped. Pants rubbing and humping's 88. I'm getting older now. Yeah. Watching older figure throwing rims up on his truck. I was fascinated how he's getting all his stuff. Heard he died on the dance floor, doing the butt. They was shooting up the party, screaming, "You better duck!" And I couldn't get enough, cause apparently I'm stuck. It's pay me what you owe me, never can I get a buck. And I'm arrogant as I tell you, look, life is a game of spades and it's played by the book, yup. I be feeling like I'm all alone. Don't wait for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. Feel this feeling in my bones. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No need for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones. They thought I wouldn't make it, then I made it. I thought that they would love me, but they hated. They thought that I was high and I was faded. But still ain't no denying I'm the greatest ever. I promised my daughter to never promise. I broke that promise twice, now I owe my daughter all kinds of. I don't wear a watch. I can show you what time it is. I'll be spinning block, texting I'm right outside your crib. It's not a magic trick when I'm disappearing inside you, sis. Swimming with the sharks, dodging all them piranha fish. Cause I ain't trying to lose, and that's a major accomplishment. Kids in private school, you can miss me with all that minor. Take my coffee, 2 sugars, heavy on the cream. 3 albums, 1 summer, Philly Blunt and Machine. I am January's baby, February's dream. Marching in the April, I'm something June never seen. And it seems I be feeling like I'm all alone. No need for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. I feel this feeling in my bones. I be feeling like I'm all alone. No room for nobody on the throne. Everybody coming for my head. I can feel this feeling in my bones.
I say, jealousy, I said, got the whole industry mad at me, I said. To me, I say, Joe, remind yourself, nobody built like you, you design yourself. I agree, I said, to my one-of-a-kind self. I get paid every day like Jay-Z did. What he did and say has been done before. So I just keep doing my thing and say no more. Shout out to Jay-Z.